I'm Jules from thestonessoup.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a sweet potato and peanut gratin, which sounds a bit weird, but it's actually one of my favourite things. It's really, really lovely. So we'll jump into the kitchen and I'll show you how to make it. Preheated to 180C, which is 350F, and now we'll get our gratin ready. So first thing, I'm just going to prep the kind of flavouring ingredients. So I've just got a clove of garlic here. So I'm just going to chop and tail and then press the side of the knife that makes the skins come off really easily like that. And then it's up to you. You could finely dice it if you like, but I'm just going to just fairly finely slice it. It's not super important how you do that. So garlic fairly chunkily chopped, but it's going to be cooking quite through in the oven, so I don't worry about going too fine. If I'm serving garlic raw, that's when I get my fine chopping skills out. And then I'm just going to use one red chilli because we just want a little bit of warmth. If you want less warmth, take the seeds out. I'm just going to leave them in. And again, just finely sliced. Not super important. You could dice that up more if you like, but that's good for me. And if you wanted to leave the chili out, that's fine as well. It doesn't need the heat, but I think a little bit of warmth is really nice with all the sweetness from the sweet potato. And now we have our cream. So I'm using double cream, which is cream that's got about over 45% fat, so you can tell from the ingredient, the nutritional info. And we want a cup. So this is a 300ml pack, so we want not quite all of this. And if you can't get double cream, I know it can be hard. If when I lived in the US, it wasn't really easy to find. Just heavy cream will be fine, or whipping cream. Double cream does give it a lot more richness, and it's a bit nicer, but it's not the end of the world if you have something a bit less creamy. So we're just going to stir cream in there to combine. So a pinch of salt. I have my pepper grinder, put some pepper in, but we won't worry about that. So I'll just put that to one side. There I'll do. And we've got our sweet potatoes. So we need about 1 kilo of sweet potatoes, so 2 pounds of sweet potatoes. This is a little bit more than that, so we're going to just trim them quite well. Now I've scrubbed the sweet potato. I haven't, and I'm not going to peel it because that's just way too much hard work for me. I really prefer to keep things as simple as possible. So it's up to you. These are quite large, so if you wanted to, if you could just finely slice them using a knife into rounds. Now I'm just going to chop down one side, and that's just to make a stable, flat base. And if you've got any kind of skanky bits on your sweet potato that don't look so brownish, yucky bits, you can chop them off, or just leave them on. It depends on how you feel, because it is going to get well baked. And then I find the easiest way is just to get my knife and just slice down. And the idea, of course, is to get your slices as thin as possible, but don't stress about it too much. It's not the end of the world if they're slightly uneven. It is all going to cook through. We just want to stir just to combine, so you get the lovely bit of cream on each surface of the sweet potato. So it can take a little while to get the cream distributed, but it's got a little baking dish or a gratin dish. You just want something that's going to be oven proof. So, whoops, I'm making a big mess. So we just want to spread our sweet potato slices kind of evenly in the dish. But I'm probably being a bit pedantic here. You can just pile them in if you like. So we want to put about half the sweet potato in. Great, so when you've got about half in, it can be quite messy. Then we've just got some crunchy peanut butter, and I think it's best to use one that doesn't have any added sugar. So if you need to go to your health food store, whatever. But yeah, we just want about half a jar, so that's about 150 grams, and then we just want to dot, fingers really are the best for this, dot the sweet potato, dot the peanut butter over So we get like a nice layer. Peanut butter. Oh, and if your peanut butter doesn't have added salt, just check the label and make sure that you add some salt to the dish, because otherwise it's, with all the sweet potato, it's going to be very sweet. So you need the salt to kind of balance it out. And we're just going to finish by layering over the rest of the sweet potato. You can spread that peanut butter out a little bit if you like, but you know, it's not too super important. It's kind of nice to have little surprise, you know, really peanutty chunks, and then other bits that aren't so intense. I'm going to cover, we'll put a little bit more salt on top, and if you want pepper as well, you put that on now. And then we'll just cover our gratin in foil, and it's going to go into the oven, and we're going to bake it for 30 minutes. Then we'll remove the foil and keep cooking it until it's done. So it's going to take about an hour all up. So our gratin, it smells amazing actually. It's been in the oven for half an hour, 30 minutes. And so we're just going to remove the lid, just have a look. It won't be anywhere near cooked, but you can see it's coming up to, it's kind of simmering around the edges, which means it's well on the way. So I'm going to check in on it after about 20 minutes, but it's probably going to take another 30 minutes to finish cooking. Okay, so sweet potato gratin, it's been in the oven for an hour all up. It's starting to go crispy on top, and when I cut into it with the knife, you can see it's super tender. So I'm just going to let it cool. It's ready to serve now, so I'm just going to let it cool down a bit before I get it out of the pan. But yeah, that's looking lovely. If you want it to be a bit crispier on top, you could just pop it under the grill for a few minutes, but I think I'm happy with how that's looking. So if you enjoyed this recipe, really encourage you to come on over and visit my blog. It's thestonessoup.com, and if you sign up for free email updates, you'll be able to download a copy of my free e-cookbook, which is jam-packed with video recipes just like this one. So I hope to see you soon.